Grass-fed beef is on the rise. Joining me now is Bob Benenson of Family Farmed, here to talk all about it. And welcome back to the show, Bob.
Good morning, Angie.
What are the biggest retailers right now of grass-fed beef? This is very organic, correct?
Well, you know, everybody will think in terms of Whole Foods Market, or they'll think in terms of butcher shops. But in reality, the biggest marketers of organic foods and grass-fed beef are the big box stores, Walmart and Costco, simply on volume. It's a small percentage of what they sell, but they just sell more of it than anybody else does.
Why do you think it's so popular?
Well, you know, there are a lot of reasons. First of all, it just tastes better, at least to me and to a lot of people. It just, pasturing animals on grass and pasture lands just provides a richer taste than just feeding them lots of corn. There are other reasons, environmental concerns and animal welfare concerns. You know, pasturing cattle on open land is different than putting them into feedlots where they're crowded together and they have to feed them antibiotics in order to keep them from developing diseases, which has a whole another set of consequences that are for another day. But you know, there are a lot of good reasons to like grass-fed beef. It's just not always the easiest thing to find still.
And now there's another premium cut of grass-fed beef that's on the market. Can you talk about that as well?
Well, yeah, the gold standard is organic grass-fed beef. You know, that's spends its entire life. The animals spend their entire
finish.
Exactly. They spend their entire lives out on pasture. You know, their labeling is always a thing that people have to keep an eye on when they're buying food products. And some producers will say it's grass-fed, but it's grain finished. Well, often grain finished means that they're doing what cattle growers have been doing for years, which is raising the animals on grass for most of their lives, but then sending them to feedlots where they're fed grain and then sent to the slaughterhouse.
Are producers keeping up with this consumer demand that's clearly coming through?
You know, it's very difficult, and there's more demand for these products today than there is domestic supply. A lot of our grass-fed meat comes from places like Australia and New Zealand, which turn it out in great quantities. It's difficult. The animals require more tender loving care. They take a little bit more time to raise than animals that are sent to feedlots and then stuffed full of corn to make them fat real fast. There are also logistical issues because producers there are not enough slaughterhouses that process grass-fed beef or organic beef. And in order to make, especially organic, you cannot process any food in a non-organic facility and get that USDA organic label, but it also applies to grass-fed. If you're intermingling products, then people have less faith than they're getting what you say they're getting. So we really need to have a lot more investment. We need to have a lot more infrastructure created in order to meet the market demand, but it's growing fast. And when we were talking about the Walmarts and the Costcos and the conventional groceries wanting to meet that demand, they're going to be pressing producers to produce more grass-fed beef. And they're also going to look for opportunities to vertically integrate, meaning that they either invest their own money in production facilities or make exclusive deals with producers.
What's going on with prices?
Prices are still fairly high in most cases. They're not always exorbitant. I think most consumers can afford at least to integrate grass-fed meat and pasture-raised poultry into their diets and into their budgets. One thing, and it's interesting, as if you work with a butcher who specializes in these kind of things, they will steer you to the less expensive cuts, and they'll steer you to how you can get more mileage out of these meat products. And some of them will tell you, we want you to eat less meat, but better meat, because that's healthier for your overall diet. Eat less meat, better meat, more produce, and then you got the whole package.
Thank you. Fast-growing segment. Good to have you here. Thank you.
Thanks.